Hello everyone, Alex here from redlemonclub.com. Now you might be wondering how on earth I get so much content out every day. If you follow my stuff, you'll see that I write several articles a week for Medium and Red Lemon Club, including sort of hand-drawn illustrations that I make for those articles. I do hand-drawn quotes and drawings for Instagram. I do these daily short videos. I do podcasts up to 4 or 5 a week at 40 minutes long each. It's craziness, and you've probably got the question, why do I do it? Why do I put so much out? Well, there are many reasons why I do it, including getting seen, rising out of the darkness, getting out into the light, being seen, getting attention to the Red Lemon Club brand, and obviously bringing traffic and eyeballs and attention to my stuff, so that people are hooked into the Red Lemon Club brand, and that will help me as a business, and eventually over time, all these guys, including you, who enjoy my stuff, you build trust in what I provide, and you eventually support me by buying some of my products, but also just support me as fans, and share the word about what I'm doing, and continue to help the whole business and brand grow. There's obviously all those reasons as well. So it's attention. It's also me committing to being productive and sort of living a productive philosophy. So it's not just simply taking action and following a timetable, which is another reason I'm productive. I have a timetable. It's also because I live a productive philosophy. That is my approach to living a good life. For me, it's about being maniacal almost in my output and my activity, because I've only seen good things come from it, for a start, and it also helps me not dwell, not sort of stew, not ruminate, which is something that I've always had problems with, overthinking stuff too much. So obviously, committing to creating lots of content and being engaged in creative work that I then share with the world, that gets eyeballs and gets attention, is only a good thing and keeps me kind of focused. But more than anything, the reason I create so much content is following on from a really good quote by Albert Einstein. I'm gonna drop some intellectual bombs on you. So this fella Einstein, he said, strive not to be a man of success or a woman. Strive to be a man of value. And this is the sort of philosophy that really drives everything that I do, especially when it manifests in the form of content and stuff that I share online with regularity and with gusto. I'm sharing a lot of stuff, and it all comes down to self-growth, rather than trying to impress everyone with, oh, look at me, look how much cool stuff I share, look at my ugly mug, look at my wonderful face on video every day. It's not about that. It's not showing off. There might be a little bit of that in there, and we all, I'll be the first to admit that I do enjoy the sort of attention that I get, I suppose, to a certain extent. But really what it's about is building myself, is growing myself, stretching through, doing things that I don't often feel like doing. And to be honest, I would say 60-70% of the time, I do not feel in the mood to do the content that I'm sitting down to do. I do not feel like doing articles in the morning. I do not feel like doing these videos when I'm exhausted after a long day. I do not feel like doing podcasts for the most part. I do them because I know that through doing them and through getting past that sort of hump of not feeling like it and still doing it, I'm training myself into something of a machine, but in a good way. I'm stretching as a person as I do this stuff, and that's only going to lead, that's going to add value to me personally, and it's only going to have a positive effect on the content itself over time, obviously. But this is the reason that people are going to continue to come and see the Red Lemon Club brand, is that I myself am becoming a more disciplined, more aware, perhaps more experienced person through what I do in my own life, so that I can then share and have a positive effect on other people's lives, because I'm actually living it. So it really comes down to building my own value rather than going out there to try and be successful. I mean, obviously success is part of it, and I am doing this to build my business, of course. But I really, if I had to choose one reason behind why I'm driven to do this stuff with such intensity, is that I am growing as a person more rapidly. The more of this stuff that I do, especially when I don't feel like it, the more rapidly I'm stretching myself. And the benefits are endless. So for example, sitting down here to do a video when I haven't planned what to say is going to have so many knock-on effects that are positive in the real world. For example, if I had to sit down in front of a client and I had to think on my feet about what kinds of things to say, or if I had to do a talk or a workshop, this is something that I was avoiding before because I wasn't doing video-based content, I wasn't doing podcast-based content. I was writing stuff, and I got very good at writing, but of course that was not stretching the skill of thinking on one's feet and verbalizing the thoughts that were running through my otherwise chaotic mind, which is still a problem, but I'm getting better at it. And you've probably noticed that since I started doing these videos and since I started podcasting at the Red Lemon Show, incidentally, my ability to speak with more fluidity has improved, I hope. Send me some feedback on that, please. But I certainly feel as a person that I'm growing. I'm feeling more confident every day, even though I don't really get out much, to be honest, because I'm working so hard. But I do feel my confidence growing, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing this for. It's about growing my value as a person, building my own confidence in all areas, maintaining that niche. So I am focused on helping other people grow their businesses. Particularly on the marketing and confidence side, that's my thing. But I am able to diversify a little bit in different formats. So it's the writing and the podcasting and videos and stuff like that. So I'm constantly being stretched, and I'm constantly having something to engage with. And I think that's how we all need to live our lives. Really, we need to find projects that we can really sink our teeth into that aren't necessarily about impressing other people and trying to look cool. Although that will be part of it, but it shouldn't be the driving force. It should be about growing your own value, because that is, although on the surface it looks kind of selfish, it looks like I'm only thinking about me, I'm only focused on growing my own value and becoming a better person. That's fantastic, but of course that's what's going to be felt the most by the rest of the world, and that's why I do it ultimately. It's that sense of knowing that you are becoming more useful. And I think it was Darius Farrow who wrote on, he's a popular writer on Medium, he talked about how happiness is really about becoming more useful to the world. It's something that I've agreed with and understood for many years now, that happiness is really, it's about, happiness is, this is a tough one, so I'm stumbling here, I want to get this right. Happiness is the sense of your usefulness to the world constantly increasing. That's what happiness is, and that requires doing things when you don't feel like them. It requires doing things when you're fearful of it. That's when the true growth happens. Even doing things like showing up every day to do a video or showing up every day to create any kind of content, that is going to lead to a certain amount of self-growth and being more useful to people through what I share, but also through simply the virtue of being a stronger person. And I hope that is going to inspire people to do it themselves as well. If in doubt and you're not sure why you're doing all this stuff, just focus on self-growth, focus on the fact that you're going to be growing in this and your discipline's going to be getting better. And then of course that's going to have almost an effortless effect on the way people perceive you over time. People are going to start thinking, this guy knows what he's doing, this guy is reliable, and this guy makes sense, so I'll follow him. And it's just a sort of self-perpetuating positive cycle. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I create a lot. If you enjoyed this, please do like it, share it, love it. Tell your friends about Red Lemon Club, and do make sure that you're signed up to the email newsletter where you'll receive all the updates in one core place. redlemonclub.com. I will see you tomorrow.